everyone! This is Remleiz from 40k Theories, and welcome to this new episode of Adeptus Podcastus. Joining me as always is Tactica Imperialis.
Hello everyone.
And joining us as our guest this week after a prolonged absence, it's WarGamerGirl.
Hello, thanks for having me back.
Welcome back, it's good to have you.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing today?
Slightly sheepish considering all the technical difficulties that caused this episode to get delayed and the last episode to get delayed 3 times because of my own incompetence. Sorry.
I mean, not just
Fine,
yours.
technical issues happen.
We all
No,
have
genuinely, I know Wib told the story. Thank you very much to Slab and Wib for covering for us, by the way. Much appreciated. Genuinely, me and Wib were sat down mid-recording. I'd taken my laptop to my parents for the weekend, and I thought, oh, it's a gaming laptop. It'll last for a quick episode. I'll save the space in my bag. I won't take my charger. Within an hour, it died from full charge. In power save mode for half of it.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, I had a lot of articles open, don't get me wrong, and I was recording, and I was in Discord and all those things, but yeah, it died within an hour. So, that's what happened. That's the mythical Lost Podcastus, the new one, is the one where Neve's laptop died halfway through.
We just need the Always Sunny music playing when you had that on the title screen. The one when his laptop died.
Oh, I was going bom 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 ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-ba-da. That was the one I was going with.
As usual, the reality is not as exciting as the rumors. You guys need to spread more rumors about what happened. Like, you got the ire of the ecclesiarchy or something.
Nah, I mean, the country seems to have the ire of Sigmar at the moment. We've got a storm brewing. It's hardly anything special by, American standards. It's just quite a lot of rain, but still.
That's right. No one storms like America. Except for...
It's a lot of rain, or as we call it, a typical day in Ireland.
Indeed.
There you go.
But no, we are all back together, so I'm going to crack open a cold one, and let's get on with the show. And no, that's not alcohol, kids. I don't drink.
No, it's a Velociraptor that's ridden by the Dark Elves. Hey-oh!
Oh, one of the YouTubers I watched when they did a video on Total War Warhammer 2 actually called the video "Crapping Open a Cold One with the Elves."
Crapping open a cold one.
Cracking open a cold one with the elves.
It's like, whoa, that's a different type of...
You knew what I meant, Rem. It came out wrong. Anyway, we have a lot to discuss because somehow we managed to line this up with the World Championships of Warhammer's preview, and holy shit, there's 11 different things in it.
Indeed there is. So, shall we just start off with the big news? That's, the big news. Titus is now captain again.
Yeah, the mind boggles. So let's run this one through because it goes places. So, firstly, we have a new Captain Titus miniature, reinstated as Captain Titus. And it's nice. It's a bit boring, but then the Lieutenant Titus miniature looked a little derpy, so I'll take it over derpy.
This looks better than his other one, so I'll take this one, thank you very much.
Hey, we don't have a tactical rock. We don't have a crazy dynamic
pose.
It's not, because he doesn't have one foot on it.
Flagstone.
He has both feet firmly planted, and I just want to point out how much I appreciate the gravitas of a still miniature.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah.
That is a fair point. And he comes with friends. Not all the friends you were expecting. So these are the Wardens of Ultramar, which are Titus's command squad, if you will. They haven't actually explained how these fit into gameplay yet. So we've got Gadriel from Space Marine 2. We'll talk about Chiron in a second, I know. Gadriel has been given the honour of Ancient, so he's carrying the banner, and he looks decent. And then Mitaurus, who is Titus's old mentor, who I believe is from the
Secret Level series.
I've seen the Secret Level episode. I thought it was that. Chiron is dead from Space Marine 2. He died off screen, as did Captain Acheran. If you're wondering how Titus got his job back, Captain Acheran and Chiron were killed by a Gene Stealer cult off screen.
Yeah.
Which means, are they really dead? We all know what that means.
Yes.
Sadly, yes. I will say this about Mitaurus' model. It's the laziest fucking reskin.
It's a Blade Guard veteran.
I know, it's same pose and everything.
No, I know. I've seen that's what I mean. It is literally a Blade Guard veteran mini with a shoulder pad change and a shield change.
And new head and new Iron Halo, and that's it.
yeah, it is extremely lazy.
But how dare they kill Chiron off screen? How dare they give the character who had an actual character arc in Space Marine 2 an off-screen death? That's just like, fuck you. Come on, man.
Yes.
We like Chiron. He was our favourite angry boy.
But in trade, there is some actual cool human Ultramar people. So the whole context behind this is Gilliman wants the 500 Worlds Ultramar Empire back. However lofty a goal that is, and even Titus himself admits it's impossible, but he's going to try anyway. And Titus has been given as Master of the Watch access to the Ultramar Defense Auxilia. And from that, we get Gaius Silva, Amelia Minervas, Lucia Vesta, and Danal. I was about to say Daniel, but nope, that was me, Mandela, affecting myself. Danal Cornelius. So we've got a negotiator.
Apologies to any Italians listening.
Yes, I'm not Italian. I'm trying my best. So yeah, sorry to anyone who likes Romans as well. I'm trying. I have to say though, they're nice minis. Overall, I really like the Astropath, Cornelius. As Astropaths go, that's quite a cool looking Astropath. And the Minervus, the legatus, in the Auxilia. I think she looks pretty solid as well. I think they all do, to be fair. As Ultramar-themed guardsmen go, I think they look really cool.
Who's the Julius Caesar-looking guy?
With the globe?
Yeah, with the cake.
That's Gaius Silva, who is commands the Ultramarine Defense Fleet and basically is the liaison between mortals and marines.
Right, gotcha.
Interesting. Yeah, they are cool looking. Standing next to the Ultramarines, they always look, very small. But it's
but they don't look out of place.
No.
However, someone who does look out of place is their opponent, weighing in at not that much probably, hailing from literally the heart shattering of the fucking Catan. It's Necrosaur Amentar, the supposed cause of the Destroyer Plague.
Oh dear.
I saw some people comment on this model saying that's just a Drukari Talos pain engine.
The pose is very similar to a Talos. I had not clocked that until you said it. But
and the
yes,
proportions.
Well, yeah, we don't know the scale though.
No, but
actually, no.
It's just basically a robot Talos.
Yeah, but it is cool, and
it is cool.
I like the idea of there's always the source of the Flayer virus. Now we know the source of the Destroyer virus, and apparently he exists despite being memory wiped from all Necrons by the Silent King, and is trying
wiping
to
people's memories doesn't erase someone from existence.
Well, removed from the collective Necron psyche. I should rephrase. But no, it is a really cool mini. It's like a hybrid of all the different Destroyer aspects, which I really think is cool, and a few other bits besides. The only thing it's missing is the jetpack of the classic Destroyers. And they're also getting their own unique battalion, which has got a Hexmark Destroyer, 3 of the Scorpex, 3 Ophidians, and 2 Locusts as well. So a really cool thematic Necron box, which I'm here for. And this was supposed to be where we got the Nightbringer as well, but obviously the Nightbringer got revealed way, way, way too early.
Can I just say that this guy reminds me a lot of the old, the original 3rd edition Necron Wraith models?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's because of the Ophidian Destroyers, which are basically the sort of first take at redoing them, which I'd forgotten about until I saw this box. I'd forgotten they even existed, but the Ophidian Destroyers are sort of...
well, but yeah.
Yeah, in case you'd forgotten what an Ophidian Destroyer actually looks like, this is the box set that you can get, and you will see the Ophidian Destroyers in there.
This model looks so incredibly fiddly. It's absurd. I mean, I like the little digital, bits coming off of the cloak, right? Where it's tattered, but it's like digital tattering. It's a strong idea, but I don't know. Very fiddly. Doesn't quite... I mean, he's a Catan, right? So it's not exactly what a Necron model would be. But now, who's the guy with the really gigantic gun?
That's a Locust Heavy Destroyer.
Oof, he looks like I would hate to fight him. I hate fighting
Well, they've been
Necrons
around
anyway.
since 3rd edition.
Yeah.
But yes, they used to have heavy Gauss cannons that were strength 9. They basically had like flying jetpack las cannons back in the day.
Brilliant. And then this, I assume this is a whole box set because it looks like there's a campaign here that comes with it.
Yes, the campaign to retake the 500 worlds is Titus versus this Nemesaur. Is basically the whole crux of the whole thing is going to be Titus versus Necrons. And this, I believe there will probably be a 500 Worlds Ultramarines box, though I can't find it at this time for the life of me. Maybe it's in the Titus lore article. Hold on.
Well, I wonder if this ties into whatever the
No.
the annual tournament play themes are, where they do the cards and the new theme every year. You don't think this will tie in at all to that?
Maybe. Right, where do you want to go next? Because I know where I don't want to go next. Can we go to the next 40k thing next?
Let me guess, you want to talk about the Tau versions of Alpharis and Omegon? Yes? The Tau twins.
Yeah, I do, actually. I didn't think I would, but I actually really, really do.
Okay, let's talk about the Tau twins then.
So, the Twin Lance. So, okay, I know Wib officially gave my message, but fuck the Christmas Battle Force for not being the 8. Just had to set that out there. Fuck that. But these guys give me hope. You see, these are supposedly the new Farsights in the eyes of the Empire. Farsight's been scrubbed from memory. He's a traitor, yada, yada, fuck him. These guys have taken over as the exemplars of the Montcar. So one of them is Sunseer, who have got, and Scatterflame. So Sunseer uses Fusion Eliminator, and Scatterflare has an Ion Blast, Ion Scatter Cannon, and I presume a Flamer, considering the ground under their feet is on fire, but I don't know that for sure.
He just showed up there really fast.
Yeah, but what gets me really excited is that these guys seem perfect for doing one of 2 or 3 things. One, these Warsmaker battle suits with their special neo-capacitor shields that can absorb attacks and then bounce it back, which is fucking funny.
Oh. Huh.
I mean, it's a bit like the old Necron deflector shields, but beside the point. These guys feel like, A, the spiritual successor to XV9, the Forge World battlesuit that they used to do. 2, they feel like a perfect conversion for anyone wanting to do Iridium armor. I know that's not a legal unit anymore, but if you had a commander who used to use Iridium armor all the time, like, Commander Bravestorm, then you can do that, as long as you don't mind swapping the guns around. And 3, Sunseer is basically everything I wanted Commander Brightsword to be, and then a bit more besides. Like, if I can just swap whatever's in their offhand, which looks like a flamer, for a second fusion cannon, I've basically got my best boy Brightsword and my third best boy Bravestorm back, so I can make the 8 look like the actual 8 again. With a proper new Farsight, Aracon's and an Enforcer, so that's fine. Iridium Armor Bravestorm, Warmaker Battlesuit for Brightsword, Torchstar with her twin flamers, and then it's just Shavastos, Broadside, Oblotai, and Ovesa Riptide. I've only got 1 basic XV8 commander left to act. Well, no, 2, Shavastos and Torchstar. But Torchstar is perfectly suited to a Cold Star commander, and Shavastos, well, whatever, screw him. He's basically an engram as well at this point. This just gives me so many ideas for 8 conversions, and that little flame effect can go perfectly on Torchstar's base. Like, these guys look awesome, and I love the fact that drones have got pulse blasters, like shotguns. They're not normal gun drones, they're shotgun drones, which I think is just a neat touch, because they're supposed to get up close and personal.
Shotgun drones. All right, that sounds a little Futurama-y to me, to be honest. But
well,
okay,
yeah, I mean, they're
fine.
probably called like Warmaker drones with twin pulse blasters. Fuck that, shotgun drones.
Yeah.
But will they tell people to bite their shiny metal asses? That's the real question here.
No, they can eat a fusion blaster to the throat.
Wow.
However, they aren't the only new minis. I think probably they've actually done a really good job with all of these new heroes, particularly the Votan character, Berek Stormbrow, who I think looks really cool as a Chthonian hero who has a massive hammer Dark Star hammer stroke axe. And
See, for a moment, I thought you said he's going to have a massive tactical rock.
I mean, he does have a massive tactical rock, don't get me wrong, but he's also got a fuck off hammer stroke axe thing and is known as the War Breaker because he's beaten so many orcs.
That's an interesting idea. What do you guys think a tactical rock is exactly? Because my understanding is it's always been a specifically placed piece of terrain so that somebody can look like they're leaping.
For me, it's just like a tactical rock. For me, it's just a big rock you put a character on to make him look bigger.
Yeah, to make them look more imposing or dramatic compared to the rank and file, or in this case, taller because he's short.
Because he's a short little Votan. Okay, that is a different understanding of what I've always ever known a tactical rock to be. Because I just see it as a base enhancer, like if you put, cork on there or whatever, and you're building up the base, so I get that argument. But my understanding was it was always to add stability to the model because you're doing something ridiculous with it. Again, like making them leap through the air. So,
of course,
I'm just curious.
The amount of heroes who have just 1 foot on a rock when they're standing still. Like, even the Tau suits are kind of guilty of it. Like, Scatterflare has got a tactical rock. I'm not going to pretend that she doesn't. She does. Because she's just walking up a rock.
And meanwhile, the Noonan's got a tactical pipe.
Yes, so this is a Tyranid Prime on foot this time. You don't have to take a winged one. Armed with a lash whip. And again, I really like the fact that it's such a creepy yet dynamic pose. It actually feels like it's stuck in, which I like.
Yes. I like the fact that a lot of these models have moved away from, models looking like throwing stars the way their silhouette looks. So, yay for that.
Agreed.
But, yeah, these guys are pretty cool. I can see my friend liking that. What are these neural whips? What is the whip? Lash whip, I guess. Okay. Oh. Yeah.
A literal living whip, essentially.
Oh.
Indeed.
Well, okay.
So, where would you like to go next? I picked that one. Anyone got a preference on where they want to go next?
See, we're looking at the championships. I mean, just going right down the line, because we've essentially been going in order, would be the Ozostium Aranthus Necromunda.
Oh, the Necromunda guy, yes.
Right, Rem, take the wheel.
I learned so much about Necromunda from your script, Rem.
Oh, thank you. Right, so this guy, he's basically implied to be one of the Iron Lords, who were the rulers of Necromunda before Necromunda was even called Necromunda, back when it was part of a pre-imperial empire called the Iranius Continuity. He was basically kept in a stasis casket for over 10,000 years, and now, thanks to the efforts of Lady Cinderak, he's awakened, he's out, and he's deposed Lady Helmor and has basically taken over the planet.
It looks cool as heck.
He does. And he's a zombie.
I love his armor. Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's worth noting the pose that everyone can see online. You've got this gilded golden armor, and he looks great. He looks like a Mortarch a bit. Like he reminds me of the AOS Mortarchs, but more cybernetic. But then you have the option to remove the face mask and the gilded breastplate, and he's just a zombie.
Yeah, he's just he's like the Emperor in a way. He's just being kept alive by technology beyond his natural lifespan, essentially.
Indeed, and he's got a special servitor as well.
Yes, the servitor itself, despite looking like one, it's not a cherub. It's actually a caryatid, which is like a little alien creature that's native to Necromunda.
It says, the Aranthians hated them, but valued their psychic powers, so preserved their bodies in cybernetic gear.
Yeah.
Ooh. Very pragmatic.
Absolutely. And also, I want to address this because I've seen a few people spouting this theory around online. No, he's not a man of gold. I just want to get out, he's not one of the men of gold.
Why would people think that other than he wears gold?
Because he predates the Imperium. But again, that's literally just because he's one of the Iron Lords, which predated the Imperium.
And
the Iranius Continuity was an empire that existed before the Age of Strife. So,
but it's just for those who don't know the 40,000 timeline, top to front, backwards and forwards. When is the Men of Gold relative to, say, not necessarily the fall of Necromunda, but would the Aranthians have had access to them, for example?
Probably not. The Men of Gold preceded the Men of Iron. by
Yes.
thousands of years.
Indeed.
Okay. Oh, thousands. Okay.
Yeah.
And the Men of Iron was obviously when humanity was among the stars a lot more, and you had obviously the uprising, cybernetic revolt, if I got that right.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, I just wanted to just get my timeline in my head, because I know the Aranthians were around a long time before the Imperium, so I didn't know whether the timelines would cross over where people could get them thinking, oh, maybe he is one, or they had one at the time. I didn't know.
No.
Okay.
For more information, check out my Necromunda timeline video. Miranda's in it, so...
I watched it I was going on a long train ride, and I watched it, but by the time I got like an hour through, I'd forgotten the bit at the start.
You have to study
Sorry.
it. You have to actively listen, and maybe listen
I
a
was
couple
actively
times.
listening, because I was
yeah,
trying.
No, for sure. I'm just saying, like, it is very dense video.
Yes,
And
great.
Necromunda
but
lore is
dense.
absolutely insane.
There
Just
you
a
go.
tad. However, if you want something slightly more mundane to go with the insane, you could try out the Palanite are they Justicars or Justiciars? Justicars.
Just a car.
Basically, judge, jury, executioner in all the literal senses of the word.
Yep. I love their little hats. I just love the hats.
And the one who's got like a pretend judge wig that's made of armour. I think that's great.
Yeah.
The magistrate.
It's well done, for sure.
It's got a servo skull with like a little wig on it as well. At the back.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, that makes it even better.
Wow.
There's also new squats, the Ironhead Squat Charter and Drill Masters, as well as the Exo Masters, who get these special exosuits and their own little Techmite Autoveyors. So they're kind of neat.
Can we appreciate the fact that these squats have nice big pipes as well, as in like, smoking pipes?
Of course.
Yes.
What good dwarf doesn't have one?
What did the Autoveyors do?
Carry stuff?
Is that literally it? They're just a glorified, like, wagon?
Well, Autoveyor implies as much. Although I'm sure
What
they
is
could...
my purpose? You carry butter. Oh my god.
Wow.
I mean, they do seem to have, like... Actually, no, they have sensors, not drills. I was going to say they're little drill bits on the front, but they don't. They do have guns, though. So...
Okay, so you can use them offensively. It's not... I didn't know if they aided in gameplay somehow.
They'd probably just be like the Tau drones, called useful little hangers-on.
Ablative wounds.
Probably.
And speaking of hangers-on...
Yes, there are other Necromundan hangers-on since we're here. Cough up for a bunch of them. So there's... actually, I think a lot of these are actually brought back as opposed to being brand new. Existing favourites brought to plastic. Sorry. So there's an Ammo Jack, the Slopper, the Dome Runner, and the Rogue Doc, alongside the new one called the Hive Watcher. I'll just try and get those across. I'll get there. So Ammo Jack and Slopper, who definitely knows what's in that pot. I'm assuming this is the Rogue Doc. The Dome Runner, who's sort of your techno whiz, or is that the new one, the Hive Watcher? I think that's the Hive Watcher, actually. No, it is. That is the Dome Runner. And the Hive Watcher is a sniper of sorts. Sorry, I apologise. There's two.
I found a group pic.
That would have been so much easier if I just scrolled down another 10 seconds. That would have been so much easier. Thanks, Rem.
You're welcome.
Fix it in post.
Indeed.
Fix it in post. Cool. So, yes, plenty of cool different minis there. Obviously, Necromunda knows what it's doing, always has done, always will. Where do you want to go next?
How about we go for Horus Heresies? There's a few Horus Heresy things, isn't there?
Yes, and I know exactly where the best place to go for those, and that is the new Heresy-era Skitarii Battle Pilgrims that look awesome.
Yes, I'm not too keen on the colour of their coats, though. I would have preferred if they were like, Martian red or whatever, but obviously that's probably not really possible given that, the current situation of Horus Heresy where Mars was actually found to tread control and all that, but anyway.
Obviously.
Yes.
But I think it would look a bit better than just, bleached bone, essentially.
Yeah,
That's
I definitely
my
think.
personal opinion.
I think it definitely doesn't help the metal. The fact they're mostly synthetic doesn't pop the same way as it could. But the guns look awesome. With their, what are they called? Vault lock arquebuses, which are very steampunk. I have to say they look really steampunk.
That's kind of mechanic is in general a lot of times, isn't it? They go very steampunk.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but like when I think of steampunk, my first thought is like the Caradron Overlords. They are the epitome of steampunk. And Mechanicum just does still feel quite sci-fi-y, but these look like very old-fashioned guns that somehow use electricity instead of bullets. They don't look like high-tech weapons. They look like
diesel punk.
Maybe that's a better term. Am I chatting rubbish? If I'm chatting rubbish, please tell me I'm chatting rubbish.
No. I mean, you bring up a good point. It was steampunk, right? I mean, it's implying that you had the steam engine doing everything. This is still electricity, so it kind of self-selects out of that genre entirely, technically speaking.
True. But the rifles do look like M1 Garands with electro shit all over them.
Yeah, no, and and that I think is where it still stays sci-fi. It's just there's like a romanticism to it by looking like an old school gun.
Maybe.
That's my
I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yes, they do also come with marshals, who are given relic weapons like an orc turret scepter. I know it's scepter there. That was a silly thing to say. I have to say though, it's not much different, especially because you can tell it's a leader, but it's definitely a bit more subtle than some armies, probably because of the coat being the same. And they also get something old but new: the Vultarax Stratos Automata,
aka a pre-corruption blight drone.
I would say that is a tactical rock. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, tactical helmet, but yes. Yeah, definitely tactical something. But yes. So yes, pre-corruption blight drone, as you were saying, Ram.
Yes.
Oh, wow, they look neat.
They do. They really do. I like his little tentacle face with the gun attached to it, essentially.
Yeah, extra scanning arrays to help search for lost relics. And you can get them in a box of 16 pilgrims, 1 marshal, and 1 Vultarax all together, if you so desire. They're also getting their own journal Tactica, Skitari, the Steel Hand of Mars. And also lets you field an independent force of Kelbor, Harl's troops, or ally them to an existing army. Cool.
Well, there you go.
We're not done with Heresy, though, are we?
No, because they're re-releasing a bunch of Horus Heresy novels, as a select, condensed retelling of the entire Heresy, essentially. Yes,
and I was curious when they did this as to whether they'd picked, because we've said before, what books do you need to understand the Horus Heresy? And clearly GW thought, we'll have a go at that. So they picked the first 5, because of course they did, they had to.
Yeah.
And then they've gone for the final 7, they've got it down to 12. So they've gone First Heretic.
Yeah, that's important, yeah, I'd say.
Prospero Burns rather than 1,000 Suns should still work.
Yep.
No Fear.
Okay, yeah. Balakath, yep.
Betrayer.
Yep, absolutely.
Praetorian of Dawn.
Yeah, again, absolutely.
Master of Mankind.
Absolutely.
And Slaves to Darkness.
Yeah, I'm happy with those choices overall.
Yeah, is there any, I obviously appreciate they had to condense it somewhere. Is there any book that there's where you think, they really should have gone with that one?
Probably Fear to Tread.
What about Angel Exterminatus, or is that too much of a side story?
I'd say that's a bit too much of a side. I mean, it's important because that shows how Forgan became a demon prince, but...
Besides that.
Yeah. I'd say you could probably just skip it. Really.
Yeah. Hang on, have I got Fear to Tread and No Fear mixed up?
No Fear is the Ultramarines and Wordbearers one. Fear to Tread is the Blood Angel one.
Oh, I thought No Fear was Cygnus Prime, which is Fear to Tread. Whoops, I've got Calth and Cygnus Prime mixed up. My bad. I mean, they're pretty similar in name, let's be honest. The other one I think they could have done, which I don't think is a side plot, is kind of important to understand where Guilliman is now, would have been Unremembered Empire. But I think that one needs a lot of context as to why the fuck Conrad Kurz is around. So,
yeah. And then you had to do like the two follow-up albums, as in not albums, follow-up novels in regards to, because you got Angels of Caliban and Ruinstorm, which are basically just continuations of the same plot, so you can't really start without adding those two as well.
Good point.
Well, how many books are in the Horus Heresy series that are now condensed to 12?
Counting Siege of Terror or not counting Siege of Terror?
Either one.
About 70.
70.
I think it's 52 if you don't count the Siege, isn't it?
I thought it was over 60 for just baseline Horus Heresy.
Oh god, hang on. 54.
Okay.
That's not including Siege.
Including 16 anthologies.
Wait.
54 novels and 16 are anthologies of novellas. Oh god, hang on. I'm confused now.
What's the last? What number book is Buried Dagger? Because that was the last book of the mainline Horus Heresy. What number book is that?
I can't even scroll through. Like, I can't make sense of this. Horus Heresy novels. That's what I have to. The 54th novel is classed as the Buried Dagger.
Right. Okay. So 54 plus like about 12 for Siege of Terror.
14 if you count the Era of Ruin anthology and the Garrow novella and the Fury of Magnus and stuff.
Yeah, okay. so over 60.
Yeah. 68 if you count all the novellas and anthologies and everything. 68.
69 if you include the new Scouring one. That's correct. That's still under the Horus Heresy banner. So
it is indeed.
So if you were to condense all of those books to 12, which I assume the point is to probably get the overall gist of what happened during the Horus Heresy. Then
that's the plan.
This would be probably a pretty solid primer.
I'd say so.
Yeah, I mean, they picked the first 5 that set up Istvan 5, all of that, because that is mission critical. And then
the Flight of the Eisenstein, obviously.
Well, yeah. And then First Heretic for Lorgar, Prospero Burns for Russ and Magnus, No Fear for Guilliman and Lorgar, again, Betrayer for Guilliman and Lorgar, again, with Angron.
Yeah.
And Angron, of course.
It's mainly an Angron story, though, in fairness.
That is fair. And then down towards the other end, The Master of Mankind is mission critical, because it's the Emperor's book.
Okay.
And Slays the Darkness sort of sums up the Traitor Primats quite a lot. Where the hell is Praetorian of Dawn? I can't find it.
Praetorian of Dawn is basically
there.
The Battle of Pluto.
It's Alfarius. Yeah, Battle of Pluto.
Alfarius and Dawn. Basically shows Alfarius getting killed.
Yes, I forgot that wasn't in the Solar War. Never mind. I forgot that didn't happen.
A lot of people seem to forget that book exists for some reason. See, a lot of people saying like, "Oh, but Alfarius didn't treat those." Like, literally in the epilogue, it has Omegon saying, "Oh shit, my brother's dead. I can psychically sense he died." And now I'm forced to become Alfarius myself.
Yes.
Plus, John Franceschi confirmed on Twitter, is like, yes, Alfarius is definitely dead. And he wrote the book, so I'm willing to take his word on that.
Yeah, if the guy who wrote it said, I killed Alfarius, then you can believe him.
At least he didn't say, I am Alfarius, because we know people like to run that joke into the dirt.
Memes.
I did appreciate how in Siege of Terror, like when you had that one Ingo Peck join up with Alanius Pius' crew, and he was like, "I am Alfarius," and he says like, "You say it one more time, I'm throwing you out the fucking airlock." Paraphrasing, obviously. Yes.
Yes, but we're still not done with Heresy, because they've also revealed new Cataphracti Terminators and Breacher Squads. I fucking love Breacher Squads. I don't know why, but like Marines with like shields. I've always liked Thunderhammer Storm Shield Terminators, and the Breacher Squads sort of are the same in concept. They're just cool. I like them. I don't know why.
I really like the new Cataphracti. They are really nice.
They're really sleek. They're really sleek compared to the old ones.
They're actually properly proportioned. They have proportions.
Yeah.
And if you want some, you can get 12 alongside a Leviathan Dreadnought and a squad of breachers in the Siege Assault Battle Group box.
For £180, no doubt.
Fucking hell.
Still cheaper than buying the models individually.
Indeed.
True.
They've also
Actually, no,
dropped a
games
bunch of...
it's probably going to be about the same cost overall. It's just more convenient.
Maybe so, but I mean, Heresy doesn't always play by the same rules.
Mm.
However, they weren't done there because Legions Imperialis got all the stuff from the reboot of Heresy, so now you can get Saturnine Terminators, the Saturnine Dreadnought, the Arachnes, the Battle Group with the Mastodons. There's new super heavies in there like the Falchion and the Ascalon. The Ascalon, which is a type of Falchion as well, and the Fellblade and Fellglaive. Neutron cannon. That one.
The Jimmy Neutron cannon.
And they can also now take a Titan-sized Ascalon Inferno cannon instead, capable of torching an entire battalion in one go, if you prefer.
Nice.
And the Fellblade is also here because the Fellblade is, kind of iconic.
Have we got any pictures?
Sorry, there's like 15 trillion. So I'll show you the new one. So here are the Falchion, whatever we're fucking calling it, and the Ascalon, for example.
Nice.
They do. There's also
they're very tiny.
They've also done a Legion as Astartes combined arms battle group. I will just show you how much crap is in here, and then read out the list. You get 2 command squads, 8 legionary bases, 2 Terminator, 2 Assault Marine, 4 support, 4 Contemptor, 4 Leviathan, 4 Derrideo, 4 Rapiers, 4 Tarantulas, 4 Kratos, 4 Sicarans, 6 Proteus, and 6 Xiphon Interceptors in one box.
And a partridge and a pear tree.
It's appropriate they're all painted like Iron Warriors, because this is exactly something that they would actually take.
Probably.
I don't know what the loyalist equivalent would be. Maybe Iron Hands, but...
Maybe. But they're actually doing a little book for this called The Journal Strategia, The Ruin of the Salamanders, that you basically get a detailed account of how the Salamanders died if you want it.
And I can hear every single modern-day Marines Malevolent player going, ooh, I love that.
What, no love for the
probably.
Salamanders?
No
Not
love
if you're a
for
Marines
anyone.
Malevolent player. Particularly for Salamanders, because it was like one of the Marines Malevolent commanders got knocked the fuck out by, it was like Tushan, I think it was.
Yes, it was Tushan. Yes,
Yeah.
I think it was Tushan.
Because the Marines Malevolent said, just nuke the refugee camp because the Orcs can't just bomb the refugee camp. And Tushan said, no. Punched him in the face, knocked him out.
Excellent. Well, I mean, that was the thing with the Salamanders, right? Like, they were still the ones that lived with people and kind of had some contact, basically, with humanity, more than, like, the other Marines.
Nice people.
They're the nicer ones when you compare to... But then again, everyone's nice when compared to the Marines Malevolent, so, I mean, they're called the Marines Malevolent. It's kind of implied they're dicks.
It also implies they were designed that way, but, yeah. Ho-hum. No, I dig the Salamanders. I think they're cool. What else have we got then?
Right.
Speaking
Where
of
do you want to
go?
go?
I got to find that.
There's Old World.
What have you done? There's Old World and there's Warhammer Quest as well, so there's still plenty to get through just from champs. Where do you want to go?
So, I was to say, when you brought up Salamanders, I had to bring up this meme by KinoFabino about the Salamanders and the birthday party. Just because.
Wow. Huh. Okay.
What the is that?
So the Salamanders are cool. Who was the Emperor's favourite birthday boy?
Oh my god. Yeah.
See, this should have been DLC for Space Marine 2. Like, just going down the inflatable slide and the bouncy castle and all that. That would have been great.
Cursed.
I think the correct term is actually blurst, but anyway.
Whatever.
It's blessed and cursed at the same time. But yeah, anyway. I think Miranda said Old World.
I did.
Yes. Let's go there, because Cathay got new stuff.
Oh.
The Defenders of the Great Bastion, basically, is under attack, and they've got new stuff. The first is Astromancers of the Celestial Court, who apparently think they're Tzeentch because they've got familiars. Well, they're not familiars,
like
I
Tzeentch.
assume. Oh, it is a familiar. It's called a Crowman.
A very original name was like, this is a Crowman.
Don't question it.
They
It's a
really
crow,
love their
man.
little guys, don't they? Wow, he's got a little loincloth and everything. This is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they do look cool, to be
He's
fair.
producing a Kamehameha.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, terrible.
See, I can imagine like some like Thousand Suns players just wanting that little crow man to use for like their Thousand Sun sorcerers.
Yes, me.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
But yes, it's so Zinchian. But Cathay is also well known for its guns. You've got crane gun teams, so basically what if Warplot Jezzails, but with a brain cell, with the tower shields and two people and a ginormous gun resting on the other one's head, basically. As well as the Iron Hail Gunners, who use heavy blunderbusses, which look pretty cool, to be honest. And then they decided that, hey, we wanted to be more Bretonnian, so we brought the peasants.
The peasant levy.
Yes.
I guess I didn't realize how much like Asian influence was in Bretonnian.
No, these aren't Bretonnians. I'm taking the mickey that Cathay are pretending to be Bretonnian because Bretonnia uses peasants. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
bad joke. Poor taste. I have to say, I like the banner, though, with the dragon pennant. I like that a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that looks really cool.
And you can get all of this together in one box in the Defenders of the Great Bastion Army Reinforcement set. You get 2 gunners, 1 squad of blunderbusses, 2 squads of crane guns, 3 squads of peasants, and 2 astromancers, just for fun.
For £180.
They're also getting an arcane journal about it as well.
Oh. I don't actually know what the journals mean for Old World.
They're like
Or
army books.
just
They're
that,
army
like a
books.
codex? Or?
Kind of. So this is sort of a supplement to the Cathay book, because Cathay already exists and has an arcane journal for the forces of Cathay. This is sort of like the expansion of the Cathay DLC, as it were.
Okay, gotcha.
You also get a special narrative scenario where you get to take on a chaos incursion with nothing but a grand army of peasants. That should be funny.
Sounds fun, actually.
How many peasants does it take to stop a chaos invasion?
14.7.
0.7.
Okay.
Leave a comment down below if you actually get the reference, by the way.
I don't.
I'll tell you after the show.
Cool. Right. Nurgle's been busy. I want to start with Warhammer Quest, though, because that's sort of the first wave of Nurgle. But firstly, heroes. Let's do the boring bit, because we have to talk about the good guys first.
So
we've got
guys. Why?
the tank.
Why not love the good
Edmark
guys?
Valoran the tank. Bren Titus, the renegade saint, who, I shit you not, gets to reroll all of one set of their dice every turn. Either their move dice, their attack dice, or their armor dice. They can reroll all of them, well, one of all of them, or all of one of them per turn. So you can reroll all your moves, or all your attack, or all your saves each turn.
Dang.
Because, basically, I don't want to be screwed by the dice. You've got your healer class, Inara Scion, the Cleansing Blade, and you've got a dwarf.
I would say the Inara Sun model, I love that. I love the fact that there's all the water flowing around the sword. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Aqua Ranus as well. It is just a really, really solid mini. Great priest healer, but also badass mini.
And the dwarf.
Yeah. And a dwarf.
Can
However,
I just say as well that Edmark Valoran is like, aka the not Bretonnian.
Agreed.
Because he would
However,
not look out of place in the Bretonnian army, I say that now. But yeah,
No.
carry on.
we then get another Kenothi. They won't stop giving us Kenothi minis without giving us a Kenothi book, with Kelthanor, who's your high-speed archer class. We've got a druid, Drasha Vaughn, and then your mage class is Jacobus Vine, a jade wizard with his little familiar, who we can even teleport with, if you so desire. I read the little article today. At the start of the game, you only get the first 4. These 3 are actually upgrades you find throughout the campaigns, apparently. And the campaign map is a book. So the book is a special live flat book that you can use as maps.
Huh.
Okay.
So it's a hardback map book that lays flat on your table in place of a board or tiles, with each double page being a map.
That's... I'm interested to see how that actually works out, because...
Logistically,
Obviously,
it sounds bloody annoying, because book maps are hard to replicate.
Yeah, exactly. But like, if they can pull it off, it could be really good. If they can pull it off, that's the question of can they pull it off?
Yes, it is a slightly terrifyingly large if, unfortunately. So hopefully they have pulled it off. I mean, if they're bigging it up, then they must think they've pulled it off.
I mean,
but yes.
am I right in understanding that Warhammer Quest is what Hero Quest used to be?
It's Age of Sigmar's version, if you like.
Okay. I mean, yeah, those models look great. They seem super fun to roam around the little dungeon in. That wizard looks Jade Wizard looks badass.
Agreed, I love the wizard. However, if you're going to go dungeon crawling, you better find something to kill. So I'm going to save the heroes for last because, build up to the boss. So we start with the Pox Wretches. Basically, Nurgle in Death Guard got Pox Walkers, and clearly Nurgle in Age of Sigmar got jealous and decided to give them plague zombies of their own.
Everybody loves zombies, so there you go.
Yeah, they're not actually zombies, but close enough. Then I think these are my favourites in concept. Well, not concept, but certainly maybe... Actually, I don't know. I think they're really good to see them back. Is Pestigors, the Nurgle Beastmen. Welcome back.
I'm sorry, what are they called?
Pestigors.
Pestigors. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so Gore is the typical name for any Beastman. So there's Cygors, Ungors, Bestigors, who are like the elites. These are Pestigors because they're... that explains. I understand now. However, I think probably some of the coolest chaff enemies are the Maya Kelpies, who look like they're straight out of Scottish folklore, and they're really cool.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. That's really neat.
So they're your chaff. Your elites are the Blight Templars. So, yeah, good luck. These are equivalent to Blight Kings, as it were, but slightly different.
One of those guys,
cool.
His armor isn't really holding things in the way it should.
Nope.
It's like that scene out of Monty Python, The Meaning of Life.
Yeah.
It's just one Waffafian mincer. Boom.
Your super heavy enemies are the Cankerborn. I've got so many Golden Demon entries are going to be using these, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They look amazing.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
As for your heroes...
Like roaring up plague bearers, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, basically. Your heroes are then Shaman Foulhoof, shown here.
That's a cool
Mulgoth,
shaman.
Agreed. Mulgoth the Cleaver, with a ginormous arm.
I'm sick and tired of these jokes about my giant hand. The first instance came in 1973 when... Sorry, carry on.
Belga the Cyst Witch.
Cyst Witch. Sorry, these names.
Also, she's a worm.
Oh, yeah. She's got
a second head coming out of her belly.
Caterpillar-like thing. Okay, interesting looking situation.
Look at the guy in the pot. He's like, he's having a great time. He's like, yeah, man. Little face in the pot.
And the final boss is Gelgus Pust.
Oh, he's loving it.
He's
like, yeah, man.
Having a good time.
So Gelgus Pust was apparently a holy man corrupted by Nurgle. So he used to be a priest.
I tell you what, that face reminds me a lot of someone.
Great Unclean One. Like some of the old Great Unclean One artwork comes to mind.
No, someone not Warhammer related.
The Joker.
No,
or the Batman
actually,
who laughs.
No, actually.
Okay.
I'm getting for picture loads. Load a damn picture, fucking Discord. God damn it. It's only 67 kilobytes. There you go. Yeah. Sweet Tooth.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
There's a creepy cheeriness to the model.
But Nurgle wasn't apparently done there and just kept on stirring the pot, literally. So, let's keep going, because Festus the Leech Lord is back and he's on a slug.
Is the slug named Jesse?
Gathoblit, I'm afraid.
I was hoping you'd react to the joke, but never mind. Jesse and Festus? Biscuits and gravy, no?
Vaguely.
You probably know Festus better as Luke Gallows.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
There's...
Also, can we just appreciate there's a little nurgling stuck in the slug's tail?
God. I love Nurgle Mini. I hate Nurgle Minis, but I love Nurgle Minis at the same time.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, like these guys, the Sloven Knights, they look awful yet awesome at the same time.
Yeah, Nurgle's got an incredibly strong aesthetic identity to them that make them really fun. Oh yeah, that is a cool looking model.
Yeah, and the horses that look just like zombies, half dead, plagued horses. It's just
like diseased and awful, but really fun to paint.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I imagine lots of these will be Golden Demon entries.
Yeah, they've also redone the Putrid Blight Kings. Redone/reimagined, I'm not sure. I'll just show a few of them here. And again, they look really nice for Nurgle, in the nicest possible way. They do look like proper Dark Souls bosses, I have to say.
Also, I appreciate the fact he's got like maggots on his antlers.
Well, the whole aesthetic seems like it's gone a lot more like tribal witchy, a little more than I remember old school Nurgle being.
Certainly the mortals have. The demons are still the same as they've ever been, but certainly the mortal side they have, because it's something they can do that differentiates them from just looking like fantasy Death Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Included in which, actually, there's another heavy infantry unit they've added this time called the Rot Swords, who, unlike most Nurgle infantry, are actually quite fast, because they are in a manic fever, constantly spasming and twitching, because they're like in the midst of a manic fever, which I think is quite a nice touch. So I'll just show you these now. So these are the Rot Swords. They've also done more Pestigors.
Ooh, what's going on with that helmet? That's weird. Looks like it's made
I like
of
that
pennies.
chainmail face.
Yeah.
Covering. Oops, I've just sent you the same one twice because the Pestigors didn't copy. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Yes, Pestigors. There's actually a bunch more of these. These are just a couple of them. With mostly like great axes and cattle prods, and one of them has what looks like a cowbell. I'll be honest, I'll show you that one. It kind of looks like it has a cowbell flail, which I just think is funny.
Needs more cowbell.
I get that joke.
So yes, this is all as part of a Nurgle battle tome that's coming, and it also says that the Darkwater stuff will be in here as well. So you don't have to think, oh, well, some of this stuff is in the game and some of it's in Warhammer Quest. Nope, it's all in Magickin of Nurgle. You can use it all here. So all the Cankerborn, the Sistwitch, all of that. So you can put on your proper mortal Nurgle zombie army now, which is really cool.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, and I'd forgotten about the Rotmire Creed Warcry Warband, because they're in the new Spearhead box alongside some Nurglings, which I think is really nice to see Warcry re-represented in places.
Oh yeah, because like Warcry used to do like really good models.
Oh,
it was
God.
like one of the top. It was one of the top 3 ranges like GW was putting out at the time. It was like Warcry, Necromunda, and I think
Underworlds.
What was the other one? Yeah, Underworlds. That's it. Yeah.
I miss Underworlds.
Yeah, when you give the AOS designers room to cook, they just go mad.
Oh, speaking of AOS models, I just wanted to point out, because I know Snap and Whip talked about last episode, but like the model of the decade for Age of Sigmar going to Ushran, yeah, absolutely, 100% agree with that choice. Absolutely, that model was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I admit, I talked with Wib about it in the last episode before the results were announced, and I was like, I still would die on the hill that Catacross was the best AOS mini ever produced. Asterisk, unless you possibly count Usharan.
Yeah.
Because I love Catacross's mini. I just do. And Wib actually would have voted for the Light of Eltharion, he said. So, yeah. I just AOS, when given room to cook, just mental. They're just so good at their jobs.
Oh, yeah.
And now we've completed the Warhammer Quest preview, and it only took us an hour. Go us.
Hooray.
Oh, we actually skipped over the animations. Oh, well.
Well, should we talk about the other video game then?
Fire away.
Yes, Warhammer Survivors, which is, let's be honest, it's just a reskin of the game Vampire Survivors, but it's got both 40k and Age of Sigmar settings in it. So you can fight Skaven, you can fight Nids as things like Neve Black Talon and Malam Kaido and a couple of other named characters. I think Gotrek and Morven Val.
Okay.
From the thumbnail.
Yeah, Malam Kaido as well alongside Shock Trooper Kozlovsky and Brother Luca are here, apparently, are named in the article. Neve Black Talon and Gotrek and Sharon Azarath, a Stormcast Eternals Vanquisher, are also named, although I think some of those have just been made up. But yeah, it is Vampire Survivors with a Warhammer skin. But, that is a simple game, but an interesting game nonetheless. So, I'm not going to object if people enjoy it. Go nuts and kill things.
Apparently it's a very addictive game, the actual Vampire Survivors game. Apparently people who have players say it's a very addictive game, so if this is just going to be like a reskin for the same formula, then it could be good.
It could be. And apparently pots of Norn oil are a thing you can use in the game as well. So it's
AoE
meta
damage,
as well. Yeah, so there is a bit of meta to it as well. I forgot that I haven't had a chance to talk about the other new Tau stuff.
Go right ahead.
Actually, no. Have we talked about the stealth suits, or did Sniper and Wib end up doing the stealth suits?
I think they did last episode.
Yeah, they did. I talked about them, but it must have been the last episode. Yeah, I know Sniper and Wib have already done it. The new stealth suits look really good. I just hate the fact that they've retconned stealth suits to be squads of 5 instead of 3, because people who own stealth suits now just got fucked royally over.
Buy the playsets and toys.
Annoyingly, yes. So yes, it just makes me quite cross that they didn't keep, why not just make it 6? Just make it 6, and then people who own 3, it's like Vespid. Vespid went from 5 to 10. Fine. People who own old Vespid aren't going to suffer that much and can still buy the shiny one. But people who own old stealth suits aren't over, where I had 3 squads of stealth suits. Now I have 1. That's literally the math on it. If you had 9 stealth suits, you went from 3 squads to 1 legal squad in the space of 1 update. It's annoying, I know, because I'm one of them. I bought 2, and then a student bought me a box of stealth suits before they left school. So after Warhammer Club, so I have 3 boxes of stealth suits. So I have 9. Now I have 1 fucking squad. Fuck you.
Aww.
But the design's great. The design's great. I just hate the fact that they're in squads of 5.
Fair enough.
There's more video game stuff because there's more stuff going into Total Warhammer 3. So Seedlord Acelin, D'Chala, who is a Slaneshi warlord, apparently, who has 6 hands. There's a bunch of Slaneshi stuff.
D'Chala the Denied. Yeah, I remember her from 5th edition fantasy.
I don't, but I only really saw 7th and 8th edition fantasy.
She was in the Champions of Chaos supplement that came out around that edition. It's the one that introduced. It's actually the one that actually introduced Archaon as a character, from what I can recall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I don't think he was actually around in the original 4th edition Army book, because the Army book back then was actually a box set, because it had all the magic system for Chaos magic in it as well. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Archaon was first introduced in the Champions of Chaos book from 5th edition.
Got you.
And his model because his model was released around that time, and it was pretty bad. We'll say this.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't look particularly great in the 3D render of Warhammer 3 either. There's also a Norscan sorcerer known as Sail the Faithless. Is that a name that's old Warhammer, or is that been made up for this?
I think it might have been made up for that, but I found Archaon's old model, and just... why is Disco being so slow? God damn it.
Brace yourself, people. It's an old mini. Dear God.
Yeah.
Example of completed classic Archaon. God, I can
that was basically what was on available in the print on the made to order. That's the one I wanted to say.
That's right. That's how they were resolving old models.
Yes. I've actually found D'Chala's original model as well. If you think she looked bad in the 3D render, wait till you see her actual model. And that was metal as well, by the way.
It reminds me of the old Slith.
It predates it.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
Well, that's just lovely.
That's an article about how to analyze your army list on how useful it is. Go away.
Oh, we can talk about Bolt Gun too briefly because they announced the voice actress for the Battle Sister.
Mm-hmm.
Alana Pierce, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes. All I
Why
know
do I know
about
that
her is that
name?
she's a YouTuber, from what I understand. Well, already she does YouTube videos. I don't know if she actually is a YouTuber per se, but I just had a quick look at her social media and she was posting a bunch of YouTube videos where she was talking about stuff. So, yeah, I don't know what else she's from though. So I could be just very boomer. I don't know.
Worked as a writer at Santa Monica Studios. Reported for IGN. Worked at Rooster Teeth.
Okay.
See if there's anything else. Yeah, so Santa Monica Studios for Sony did voice acting for a few things. Host of a podcast with Troy Baker.
I think it's safe to say she's qualified. Yeah.
Yeah, a nice mix.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, cool.
Did you guys follow any of the narrative stuff that was happening? The grand narrative?
No, grand narrative and Champs completely passed me by, if I'm honest. I know one of my work colleagues was at Champs. I believe that they were there as I think I mentioned in a previous episode that they are part of Team UK for Kill Team. So one of my work colleagues was actually there. But beyond that, I don't have much more that I know.
Was that when they introduced the Mordian plotline?
That was grand narrative, I think. Yeah, wasn't it?
Narrative, yeah.
Yeah, the webway opening over Mordia, yeah.
Oh yeah, we did see that. We did talk about that. Apologies.
Briefly, yeah. That's fine.
Very briefly. As also should probably do a little PSA. There is a current prize draw going. If you log into something for
the
20, a Warhammer account, which allows you to win. What is it? Literally
a bunch of stuff.
5 winners. Every single codex and battle tome code.
Oh,
apparently.
Ooh.
Which would be quite a lot of money's worth of codes, because each code you only get 1 per codex, so it would save you a lot of money to do so.
Yeah.
Good luck to everyone who enters.
I wonder how many winners there's supposed to be.
5.
Oh,
5? Okay.
5 lucky winners.
Expected.
Also, did you realise that White Dwarf is now basically 50? Or Games Workshop is or Warhammer or Games Workshop is 50 now?
Bloody hell.
So yeah, in this month's issue of White Dwarf, the team explores 50 years of its history from the very first Games Workshop store, the old name for Warhammer stores, brackets, because literally some people wouldn't even know they used to be called Games Workshop.
Oh my goodness.
I will say this for the article, I appreciate the fact it's actually posting a picture of the actual second edition box set at a decent resolution, because I love this box.
Oh wow!
This was my starting box set.
It's my childhood.
It is my childhood. It's just like mid-90s, early to mid-90s.
Yeah,
God.
Yeah, you can feel it.
With the cardboard cutout dreadnought, I should say, rather.
I mean,
yeah.
GW used to be a lot more chill about stuff like that. You can make like some orc vehicles from the little poster board or whatever they included in the actual White Dwarf magazine.
Yeah,
this whole you can't mix 40k or Age of Sigmar parts at all in a model. They won't allow it.
You can.
I thought they said you can't.
I think they rolled it back somewhat.
Oh, did they?
I think they rolled it back a little bit anyway. I think it was no third party. I think it was what they went with in the end.
I mean, yeah, no third party. That's kind of like a given.
The normal.
Like an official Games Workshop thing, yeah.
Yeah, but no, if you read this article, like, it's so many people's stories of how they got into the hobby. So, like, for example, my parents bought me the second edition starter box for Christmas, or I discovered it because I saw a magazine with Hero Quest on the front, or I applied to work at the Citadel factory in the 80s. There's genuinely there's one here from that. I started Warhammer when I was 12, and my nan would cook us a big breakfast and send us into town to the Games Workshop store, apparently. Or, God, there's honestly loads of different stories of how people got into the hobby, and everyone's got one. How it was done, but it is really nice that they took the time to go and celebrate their own bloody history. Because it's so... I think one of the things is with Warhammer becoming so much more corporate, as it were, if you know what I mean, it's gone corporate because it's trying to be a big player in the animation and the gaming scene and all this. Like, fucking hell, Space Marine 2 was nominated at the Game Awards, for Christ's sake. That's
not exactly a high bar, let's be honest, for the Game Awards. It's like, really?
I guess. And, like, they're working with Amazon Prime of all the people, and on Prime Video with Henry Cavill and all this garbage. Like, Warhammer has become a big deal from the niche, not quite neckbeard, but certainly niche hobby that it was when I started, and doubly so probably when you started, Rem.
I mean, now it's a bigger industry than the entire UK fishing industry.
Yeah. Right.
We're an island.
That is a mad fucking sentence right there.
Yeah.
But with GW and Warhammer, I can't even call them GW. They're not even GW anymore, really, are they? I know they are, but they aren't. It feels like it's nice to see those stories. I actually think, behind the logos and branding, there's still people who are just like us, who got into it for seeing it on the shelf or reading about it in a nerdy magazine or stumbling onto it through friends or the internet if they're a bit younger, who actually, they're there. The stores are still run by the people who were like us. The people who write this stuff, yes, they have to write in corpo speak, but they're still hobbyists like us. Or at least they try to pretend that and put an image out that they are. And that's nice. I think that's nice.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Right, I think we've just about cleared the... Oh, hang on. Armies on Parade winners. Hold on. There was a live stream yesterday of Armies on Parade winners. I think we need to show off some awesome artwork and our awesome painting, I think. I think that's fair. Would you say that's fair?
Sure.
So again, you cut for me, sorry.
The Armies on Parade Awards.
Yes.
So, for the solo entrant, I'll just show the golds because there isn't time.
I'm only going to add the golds in post.
Yeah.
I'll leave a link in the video description if you want to see the full thing.
I'll send the whole article to you so you can see them all. But that's the gold winner of the solo entrant, a Titans army in Legions Imperialis, which looks amazing.
The baby warhounds are the best.
Mm.
I mean, I'm sure they're full size
great.
Technically, but
they are.
They got little tiny little Sekitari around their feet as well.
Yeah, they're cute too.
Oh, they did. Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
The silver is an Iron Warriors army led by Vashtor the Archfane. And bronze is another Chaos army, apparently. Apparently this lot was just Slaves to Darkness led by that character whose name I've forgotten, but they've completely changed the hero to be Conan the Barbarian, apparently.
I was going to say Triple H in his prime.
Oh, no, the hair's too long for Triple H.
Triple H in his prime, I said.
I know, but even so.
You weren't watching in 98, were you?
I was fucking 2 years old in 98.
Exactly, there you go. You missed out his European title feud with Owen Hart. You're missing out. Anyway, yes.
Yes, even so, I love that conversion. Team Gold goes to an Orc army from the Bretts, with a very, very bright Orc army, like bright colours everywhere. And I love the fact that they've got a looted Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Or Vendetta.
Mm.
And Grot Tank. There's a Grot Tank or two in here.
And a looted Chimera.
Oh, and that's not just a Chimera. I swear that's like a looted death. Actually, maybe it's kind of. It's like they've tried to loot a Death Strike missile launched with the anti-aircraft gun sets, which I think is really cool. The amount of looted vehicles in here is really, really cool.
Mm.
No, that is really good.
And they even made the Goth Rocker not look stupid.
Well, to your point about them using the bright colors, like, it works. I think orcs still work
Oh, yeah, it
well
works.
with bright colors. It's, you don't think of it the way models painted in the 90s, where everything was a prime color or something, very borderline garish. This is, like, tastefully bright, and it's hard to do yellow. They nailed it.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, it's funny, actually. I saw something on social media saying people still think yellow's hard. It isn't anymore because of contrast paints. And I'm like, I have no evidence to the contrary, but I'm gonna just, okay, sure, mate. Apparently yellow isn't as hard as it used to be, apparently. But I'm not quite sure of that one.
I guess that's just due to technological advancements, though.
Silver went to the Orcs as well, with a Gran Turismo Forza, and Ferrari racing track, which I think is... and Bronze went to, apparently, the World Eaters kicking in the heads of the Space Wolves.
Oh.
Fair enough. Just don't tell Snipe.
Youngblood's gold goes to a Cruel Boys army, of all the fucking things, which looks really quite impressive.
I'll be honest, I forgot the Cruel Boys existed.
But, I mean, they do look great. Like, with the desaturated and the corpse vulture that looks a bit like a proper vulture or bald eagle almost, with that colour scheme a bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's grey.
Yeah. Silver goes to the World Eaters again.
Yep.
That Angron armor, that's classic armor for Angron with that bright gold. I really like that.
It does work for him, actually, yeah.
It does. And bronze goes to... Actually, I can't tell. Oh, no, it's the Sons of Horus. I thought I was going to make an Alpha Legion joke, but it's actually the Sons of Horus. Never mind.
Oh, dear. But yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. The Cruel Boys then picked up another gold in Armies on Terrain.
Oh,
but
nice
this one
swampy motif.
Also contains Kragnos.
Oh, yeah. Bright red.
No, yes, it's a really cool set of designs. Although I kind of honestly prefer the silver, which manages to use a Mumakil in its design for this.
That's a Forge World Chaos War Mammoth.
Oh, right, that makes more sense. For this, Slaves to Darkness army, that makes a lot more sense. Thank you. Sorry, I'm blind.
In fact, I don't think that model's actually been available for a very long time, so I don't blame you for forgetting.
No, fair enough. And bronze is Soulblight, Undead.
I like the board with like the big dragon carcass on there. I like that.
What the is that thing?
What thing?
The staff gold. There's an Ideneth thing. It looks amazing. What is that giant red thing?
Oh, is that the that spell, that big water endless spell thing?
I didn't think it was that big.
Apparently it is. I think it's that anyway. It looks a bit like it. Just red.
Where is it? They're not called endless spells anymore. What are they even called anymore? Ideneth summons. I'll just call them that. Summons.
Is it the
What are they bloody called?
I think I found a picture of it anyway. It's this. Yeah, hang on. I'll post a picture. It's this thing. Manifestations, I think they're called now.
Manifestation. Thank you.
Yeah. Load
That's
up
the
Discord,
word.
please. Why are you being so fucking slow today? There we go. That thing.
I did not think it was that big.
Damn.
I thought it was way smaller than that. That's awesome. I mean, the entire army is awesome because I love Ideneth, but I did not realise how big that spell was. Awesome.
If you listen closely, you can hear Neve writing that down saying, right, I'll buy one of those.
I mean, I do have an Ideneth army, but maybe. Then there's a really nice, again, Iron Jaws this time, including an old war rock totem. I've forgotten the name of them. No, it's not a great idol. That was the big walking rock monster. And then Grey Knight's got third. Hey, Grey Knight's actually won something for a change. And oh my goodness me. The Judge's Choice category, there's too many here to just go through. But there's an amazing looking Eldari thing that just defies the laws of physics.
That's beautiful.
What the heck?
It's so trippy.
I love that. That's fantastic.
It really is.
He's even using Idenef as like a jet bike on the top left.
Oh yeah, it's an Idenef eel on both sides actually.
Yeah.
Oh, like Exodites.
I was going to say, I think this is more Corsairs. I think.
Could well be Corsairs, but that just makes you think of Exodites with the beast and the Wraithlord with the eye patterns on it. And oh my days, Wraith Knight.
Wow. Yeah.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah, there's a really cool Imperial Fist. Black Templars army further down in Judge's Choice as well, which I think is really cool.
There's a really cool Imperial Fist. That's a lie. But anyway.
No, it's Black Templars. It's even worse.
Shout out to all the Black Templar players listening.
I'm just flicking through Judge's Choice to see if there's anything else worth. Nah, that'll do for just Judge's Choice.
Hang on. Are you sure this is Black Templars? I know you got Hellbrecht.
That's Hellbrecht.
Yeah, but the colour scheme, it looks more like Guardians of the Covenant with the silver armour and the red robes.
I am happy to be corrected if it's not Black Templars.
Is that Celestial Lion on the right? On the bottom right? Is that Celestial Lion with the gold and blue?
Yeah.
What is this army? That's a Celestial Lion.
Is it the Defenders of Armageddon?
It might be.
Because is that Grimaldus in the far right as well?
I think so, yeah.
It might be like a Defenders of Armageddon thing. Like the Armageddon Crusade, I don't know.
You got like a Lionel Johnson conversion on the top as well.
With the cloak.
No, not Lionel. Who's that? Fuck that.
It's not Guilliman. It's not Lion.
Fuck, I've forgotten the model.
With the cloak going sideways. Oh,
yeah, the billowing cloak, yeah.
Bollocks.
Who the fuck is that? I can't remember. Fuck.
Oh, that's so annoying. Anyway, moving on, because otherwise we'll be here all night trying to crack what that mini is. It's probably a Primarch or something from Heresy, and we just can't think of it. Anyway, so yes, there we go. Now we've covered the news, because you can't not shout out amazing artists and amazing hobbyists. Oh, there was
more Judges' Choices.
Yeah, I don't think any of them are worthy of being quite on the level of that Eldari one.
No, I agree.
Sorry. You did great work, you three, but you're not on the level.
Sorry, go ahead. You guys do your Q&A, right?
We do. I wouldn't mind. I'd normally talk at this point about books we've read, and I'm going to be honest, I have not made enough. I've made a start on the Silent King novel, though. I will say I made a start. But I also I wanted to talk about the Warhammer Club narrative campaign we're running a little bit because it's so. I think I've mentioned this in a previous episode. Like I got a set of Mighty Empires tiles. So we've made like a Mighty Empire style Dawn of War Dark Crusade campaign, basically. All the different armies on one planet fighting over it. And literally I sat down during half term and wrote what felt like hundreds of words of backstory for it. And then it's just been so amazing to see the pupils like so engaged with it. I'm like, oh right, so if I win this game and then I've written I'm just flexing at this point. I've got like a pad worth of notes. I've written each army like Dark Crusade. I've written them their own final boss fortress mission as well, so that if they're ever about to get knocked out of the campaign, at least they get to go out swinging with their own custom missions. And they've had a couple of games of it now since half term, and just the enthusiasm they're having for it, and like where they are on the map and who they're going to play and how they're going to get across the map to where they want to go and whether they're going to go and unlock all these missions. And I've set myself up as the DM stroke final boss, and I've built a custom army list of the 8, like with relics from all different places and enhancements to make them feel like the 8 from just across the entire Tau Codex. And I'm just yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was really, really cool. And it was like, I wasn't doing a disservice. In fact, I've got a picture of the map that I've been keeping. And I've literally, in this document that I've got in my notes, I've literally written so many notes of backstory and lore of what's been going on. I'm going to print it as this big document at the end of, this is the story of how you became king or queen of the world. And I literally sat there painting this map, setting it up for this narrative campaign. It took me ages, but I was so proud of it. And I've got custom terrain rules for different tiles and special missions, and I'm just really enjoying this narrative campaign. And actually getting to run a campaign is such a unique thing to do. Like, I normally want to play these things, but actually getting to write and run one is so much fun.
Narrative campaigns have really taken over, I think, a lot of the... they've really expanded the player base, I think, for 40K, and other game systems are actually like looking to move into that as well, because I mean, we love to tell stories, and if you're going to spend 3 hours at the table, it's kind of cool to have some, story going on, like a little movie in your head while you're doing it, and not just fighting for, I don't know, kind of pointless objectives half the time. And so, like, even GW got onto that with the grand narrative. I mean, that is a recent thing that only has been a few years old now.
Yeah, they've encouraged you to do narrative stuff for years, like with narrative play and Crusade and Path to Glory and all of these things. But there's something to be said, because I think the other thing that narrative play does is it lets you take people who don't know the rules very well, or possibly aren't the most like gameplay savvy, and still engage them, because you can just fudge the rules and say, right, this week everybody's playing a King of the Hill match. And that's how I end up, where the objective is to hold the center of the board. And the next week it's going to be, I don't know, loot on a pole match. I don't fucking know. I'm making this up as I go along.
Capture the flag, or get the most resources, or, I mean, and those are fine if you're just playing a sports game. But when tournament games just felt like glorified, football matches, and I say that as, coming from War Machine, which is really what those games ended up being, like having a narrative and actually tying in the incredibly rich and incredibly deep lore of the games that we enjoy, it seems logical and obvious to do now.
And I think the other thing is, one of my friends watched the Champs final, and they thought, these guys are elite players. They'll be done in an hour or two. It was an hour into the stream, and they were still in the command phase of turn fucking 1. Because they were measuring... Well, it might not have been turn 1, but they were still like... they were so slow, because they were measuring everything hyper meticulously and checking every single thing to try and get any kind of incremental upper hand. I don't know if it was an hour for the command phase. They might have been extrapolating and exaggerating, but you get the idea. Sure. Like, if you're playing comp, unlike, say, Pokemon, where your thought process is clicking 4 buttons, or... I'm not dissing Pokemon, by the way. I know how deeply competitive that game is. I'm just using it as an example of it is quite quick. It's not easy, it's just fast. Mm-hmm. Whereas Warhammer, because you've got to move every model individually and measure every single thing individually, getting every time the incremental advantage takes hours. Like, I know if I was playing an ultra comp game, I would need an entire night but to make sure I was checking every measurement and every rule constantly to make sure I was getting it right and getting the most advantageous outcome. And I never thought about it. And my friend had said they'd never thought about it as being a slow game, that slow, because we knock out like a 500-point game in an hour. So, yeah, it's just different.
It is. I mean, for Nova, and I mean, I've got friends who help run narrative campaigns, and we're even part of the Grand Narrative, actually. And those games are just fun. and you don't have to actually get everything perfect, because a lot of times the board has its own rules. And so it's really hard to, like, I don't know, pre-game that in your head. And so that's another thing that slows it down, because you're like, well, there's a train in the middle of this board that is going to start moving in 2 turns. I need to count for that. It's not part of your army. It's just a different thing. So I love it. I love it.
Yes. Anyway, Ram, sorry, I appreciate I went on a random tangent there.
No, you're good. I was going to say, given the time, we might want to see if we can try and get the questions out of the way.
Yeah, let's go and find the last episode. I don't know how many there will have been, because I don't know if Sniper Web asked for any.
I think there might have been 1 or 2 off the top of my head, I think.
Yeah, there's 1 or 2. Yeah, I think, did they get through every single one of the last set? I think they did.
I think they did. I know there's at least 1 or 2 they couldn't answer because they didn't know the answers for, but I can't remember which ones off the top of my head, sorry.
No, that's fine, me neither. So, the main sort of question that isn't just a joke, is... Oh, there's 2, actually. Are there any pre-Age of Strife historical events, aside from the St. George and the Dragon thing, and the whole being Alexander the Great thing, that the Emperor is confirmed or implied to have been involved with?
Funnily enough, Joan of Arc.
Really?
If I'm remembering correctly, at the very least, yeah, because one of the Siege of Terror books, the one that actually revealed he was Alexander the Great, at one point he also did take on a female form. I'm pretty sure it would imply that he was actually Joan of Arc, but I could be misremembering. I have to admit that.
What?
Fair enough. I'm quite happy to be... I don't know. I didn't hear that anywhere, but cool if it's so.
If I'm misremembering, please let me know. But I vaguely remember that. But again, I'll admit I could be misremembering. So,
yes, true. Right. The other one that was a question is: do you think we will see a return to pre-Steve Carino Black Library, where physical books stayed in print for longer than just 2 fucking years before they just get dumped as PDFs forever after?
I hope so, but realistically, we're probably not. I mean, the Black Library site these days, it's literally just digital and audio. That's it. You don't get physical from the Black Library website anymore. It's a shame because, like, I preferred going on there just because it was so much easier to use the site. I know the site was actually very outdated in terms of, like, trying to get anything done. And it was a pain in the arse at some points, but it was just so much easier to use than Games Workshop's site, especially when Games Workshop updated their main site, and like everyone fucking hated it and still hates it because it's like, this is fucking terrible. What the fuck are you doing, Games Workshop?
Mm-hmm.
But like,
Warhammer.com is still crap.
I'm still amazed that Warhammer Digital's still around because I don't think anyone uses that at all.
I'd forgotten.
Yeah, I'd forgotten as well.
No, the hobby just is so natively physical. I think it struggles a lot to go completely digital.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having an only digital model that you ever play with?
I mean, in a way, it probably would be easier for, like, balance patches rather than having to buy like an entire new codex. You can just download an update patch.
That's the excuse, but that's also the reason why shit isn't play tested very well.
True.
Actually, speaking of digital models, could you imagine if one day they released, like, introducing the Warhammer Holo projector, where you can make it be the image of any model you'd ever like. Just project, as long as it's on a 40mm base, we'll say you a 40mm base with a little projector on it that you can turn into any model you'd like. That would be
on a subscription model, though.
No, what they need to do, they need to make one of those little dueling discs from Yu-Gi-Oh!
I fucking love those. Sorry.
That'd be fucking amazing.
I would die on this hill. I fucking love those. I actually had one when I was younger. I had the Orichalcos one. I used it like twice. But yeah, having like you could have like a deck, your stratagem deck on your wrist, and you could literally just like. Oh god, do you remember Maelstrom of War in 7th edition, where you used to draw missions every turn of like what you had to do, and when you completed the tactical objectives, they went to a pile of completed pile. You could discard them. Like, could you imagine, like, start of the game just drawing off a deck of cards, like, I just hold them in your hand.
Card.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you've got your faction. Like, you could, and each faction has like a series of. There's the generic stratagems, which obviously everyone knows about. But then each faction has a series of its own stratagems or like ruses, like in Path to Glory or whatever. There's or like in open play and narrative play in AOS, there are like twists and ruses, and you can just like, right, on this turn, I activate this stratagem, and you play, and you can only have like so many, instead of it being like command points, you can only act so many stratagems per turn because you've only got so much room on your fucking deck or something.
I placed my Farsight face down in defense mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be stupid, but also hilarious.
Just like Warhammer. Hey.
Just like Warhammer, indeed. Yeah, I mean, you remember the Psychic Phase cards, I suppose, though, Rem, in the old days.
Oh, God, yeah.
And they were apparently the worst thing.
They were broken beyond, like, anything you'd ever know. Like, if you played 40k in 2nd edition using the Dark Millennium expansion pack, entire battles were won or lost during the Psychic Phase.
Mm.
It was insane.
I remember hearing about that,
insane.
yeah.
And, like, if you had, like, some of the strategy cards you could use as well, like, the virus bombing strategy card was fucking overpowered as well.
Oh, yeah, it's a virus bomb.
Which makes me think, like, God, I miss the Vortex Grenade. I really do miss the Vortex Grenade.
Yeah, Vortex Grenades are great.
They were fucking hilarious. Because they were just as likely to kill your own army as the enemy. They were fucking brilliant.
It's just, yeah.
It was, because literally, the Psychic Phase in 40k 2nd edition was exactly the same as Warhammer Fantasy's Magic Phase in, like 5th edition. It was exactly the same system.
Well, I mean, Magic Phase by 8th edition was still broken as shit, so I can't imagine what it was like.
But I mean,
in 5th.
like, yeah. Let me put it this way: like in Warhammer Fantasy, like if you had a wizard that could play High Magic, you've automatically won the game essentially, because High Magic was like the most overpowered deck in the game. So basically, you played
High Elves be busted.
If you are playing High Elves or you played Lizardmen, because Slam Mage Priest could take High Magic as well. If you played any of those two armies, you basically won automatically because of the Magic Phase.
God. Yeah.
And if you played Undead, obviously you could take whatever spells you wanted. So basically everyone took fucking Gaze in the Gash because that was like the single most broken spell in the entire game.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah. So that, Raise Dead and Van Hal's Dance Macabre. Those are spells that every Necromancer took. Everyone
Van
took
Hal's Dance Macabre, yes indeed.
Yeah. So you can march in a Magic Phase. It's like, so you can move twice a turn. Brilliant. I mean, first, because Undead couldn't march anyway normally, so having a march in a Magic Phase, okay, I can see the logic, but yeah, anyway.
Good times.
Oh, and Weird Boy's heads would explode, obviously, if you ride too much on psychic powers, because you have to do the whole wild testing and all that as well.
Yeah, I mean, Weird Boys can explode all the way up to 5th edition.
And they'll kill everyone surrounding with like a certain radius.
Yeah, but that makes sense. They should bring that back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the 4th or 5th edition was if you rolled a random psychic power every turn. If you rolled a 1, it was a large blast template centered on their own skull. Ed Banger, indeed. And then I think in a later edition they got +1 to psychic tests for every 10 orc boys within a certain radius. But obviously if it stacked up too high, you're more likely to roll up to a 12, and that was a miscast. Perils of the Warp.
Okay.
I think.
Like 4th and 5th edition had so many good rules. Like, again, I know I keep bringing this up every time, but like the instinct rule for NIDS.
Instinctive behavior.
Yeah. Bring that back. That was fucking brilliant. It was so fun. It may not have been meta or anything like that. It may not have been the most tactically sound, but it was fun. And character, because you didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, and that's part of what I've been doing with this narrative campaign. Like circling back around, like, okay, so the Necron mission I've just ripped straight out of Dark Crusade. It's fine. Plant the nuke and run. But like the Space Marines have got this elite force that you need to flush out of anything. So I've made them play a two board match of like Slay the fucking Spire, where you go into one, fight a small army of Marines. Anything that survives goes up to the next floor and fights another army of Marines who are unfucking breakable and will not take battle shock because they shall know no fear. And I've cooked up this, I've nicked this from Fallout 2, I'll be honest, this inquisitorial fortress that basically the entire Inquisition army is blips, like it's Space Hulk.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you put your army on the board, you're playing Zone Mortalis style rules in terms of corridors, but the entire Inquisition army is blips, and 2 of them are just bonus assassins I've given the Inquisition army for free in that mission. So you better be fucking careful.
Nice.
And things like that. So yeah, that ability to like put flavorful things into games, while not good for game balance, is good for game fun.
And sometimes you just need to have fun overall.
Yeah, purpose of it is.
On that.
Yes, to paraphrase the legendary line, it is only a game. Why you have to be mad? I forget what the actual source of that quote is. I presumed it was the heavy from TF2, but I don't know if it actually is.
I don't know. I've not played TF2, so I couldn't tell you.
Same.
I don't know if it is from TF2 at all. I could be completely making that up because of the accent. I genuinely don't know. Please, someone source me on where that quote comes from, because I've always assumed it was the heavy from TF2, but I don't actually know. But yeah, games are more fun when they're treated for fun. And I think if I ever get time in between the jigs and the reels of teaching and parenthood, I might sit down and actually make a video about how and why to run a narrative campaign. Because, okay, this might sound controversial. Because I never got to do it. I've been looking for the tiles to go with this lot. Planetary Empires. Do you remember Planet Strike and Planetary Empires?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
They were the dogs. Well, certainly Planet Strike was the absolute dog's bollocks. It was so much fun.
Dog's bollocks.
It's a British thing. It's a British thing. It's a phrase. It is a phrase, and Britain Brand back me up on this.
I say nothing. No, seriously.
Yeah, basically Planet Strike for the young and uninitiated. Basically, one player was attacker, one player was defender. The defender got to set up the board however they liked. Literally, they could do the most heinous bullshit they wanted. And the entire attacker's army had to come in by deep strike. And take over like objectives of like bastions or key things. But at the start of the game, they got to launch an orbital bombardment across the board. And they also had this was the first time stratagems were ever implemented, including giant space laser, which was a unique terrain piece you placed on the board and everything under it just got fucking melted. Or launching a full-ass asteroid or space debris at the board and things like that to try and crack this bastion, this bunker setup that the defender had built.
Nice.
And there was the first battle report they did for it when it was released. I still remember it. And it was just the board just evolves over time as buildings get blown up and lasers carve up the field. And it's just cool. And that was your mandatory first game for a Planetary Empires campaign. If you wanted to play Planetary Empires, which is the 40k tile-based campaign system.
Yeah.
It just rocked.
Sounds it.
It did.
Yeah. The other one I remember really well, and this is a slightly deeper cut because of the game it was in, Storm of Magic. Where, again, you had those special buildings and they had, it was the first time I think endless spells were really introduced because you had, spells that were objectives that your sorcerer could stand on kind of thing. And I remember that as well, where the objectives could teleport, so being magically teleported across the board and all this malarkey. I remember that as well. That being a quite fun battle report to read. Are there any other game modes that they did, like expansions or game modes? Obviously, Apocalypse and Cities of Death, gone but not forgotten. Rest in peace, friends. But what else was there?
Oh god, I'm trying to remember now.
Because obviously, there's Kill Team, which is the successor to things like Mordheim, obviously. But that was
Armageddon.
That's a deep cut.
I mean, that was the one I remember playing. I tried to play it anyway, and I was like, I do not own enough terrain to play this game. And then they came back with Kill Team, which was a much more refined game.
Agreed. Yeah, I think that covers most of... Oh! And then there was boarding actions they tried to put in, 8th edition.
Well, we still have boarding actions, don't we?
Are they still a thing?
I think so.
I know they're a thing in 8th or 9th. Were they brought in 8th or were they brought in 9th? Might have been 9th, actually.
Let's go in the comments.
God, there's so many things GW have experimented with and then just cast off on the altar of game balance. Ugh.
I'm fairly certain boarding actions were taking place at as part of narratives and other stuff at Nova this past year, so it would have been current edition.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think they were revealed just before 10th got announced because the boarding actions rules were really wonky compared to 9th because they were designed with 10th in mind.
Okay.
Or something like that.
That
I
could
can't
be.
remember now. Oh god, that's just a reminder. We're going to have a new bloody edition like next year or the year after, aren't we?
My speculation is it'll be next year, but my fans seem to think that it'll be 27. I hope they're right, but I don't know. It's been 3 years, or it will have been 3 years.
I'm going to assume you're right, Marina, because you guessed the last edition accurately, so I'm going to go with your gut. You have The Shining, so I'm going to go with your gut.
Just been in the corporate world too long. I'm like, this sounds about right. Change everything.
Yeah, because I think there was a hope that Old World would be that fourth pillar they could use to stretch the release schedule out a little bit, but it just hasn't stuck the landing.
Well, there is speculation of a new Space Hulk.
Yes.
Oh, yes, please.
Give me a new Space Hulk.
Yes, please.
Yes.
So that could also stretch it, potentially.
Might buy them 1 year.
Hulk. What about a new Battlefleet Gothic?
Oh, God. Don't give anyone false hope of a new Battlefleet Gothic. Because it was so bloody complicated, they'll never manage to remaster it for the smooth brains of our modern world. And I'm including myself in that.
If they could, simplify, 7th edition to 8th edition, I think they could find a way to do it for Battlefleet Gothic.
Yeah, but then you'd have all the old ones. This is a completely different game with the same coat of paint. This is not Battlefleet Gothic. It was just bollocks like that.
Yeah, but look how different Modern 40k is compared to 2nd edition. It's a completely fucking different system, pretty much.
Oh yeah, I know. 8th is completely different to 7th and all of that. I get that. 5th and 4th was a big rewrite. I don't know. I just feel like because of the long gap there's been between then and now, if they tried to bring Battlefleet Gothic back, there would be so many people going, well, this is a Battlefleet Gothic, this is a completely new game with a skin on it.
We'll call Battlefleet Imperialis then, set during the Great Crusade. Battlefleet Imperialis.
There's loads of ways. Yeah, loads of ways of doing it. I'm just sort of preempting. I've spent too much time on Twitter, probably. I'm just preempting Twitter.
You probably have, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And on that note, given the time, ladies and gentlemen, we shall call it there. So, thank you very much to everyone who tuned in for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. And thank you very much to WarGamerGirl for joining us this episode.
Thanks again for having me.
You're welcome. And I just hope your viewers are correct that it's going to be coming out in 2027 rather than 2026. But
me too.
Again, you've been right before, so...
Yeah, okay, call it now. What's the box game for the 11th edition? You are our CRS, so call it.
Oh my gosh. Box game?
I'm going to say Space Marines versus Orcs.
Space Marines versus Orcs. I mean, that's definitely a good safe one. Let's see. I think they've already done Guards, so what would be another good one? Eldar. I feel like Eldar.
Space Marines and Eldar, okay.
You heard it here first.
What about you, Neve? What do you reckon?
Well, I'd love it. I'd love it to be Tau, but I know it won't be. So,
they've yet to be in one, so
I know, and they never bloody will be. Okay. Well, they've done all the Primarchs for the traitors now, apart from the neutral ones. So, it will be Smurfs again, because of course it bloody well will be. And let's go with
a new Gilliman, because of course it'll be a new Gilliman.
Probably. It'll probably just be Chaos Space Marines again.
Yeah. Oh well. But yes, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Remleiz from 40k Theories.
This has been Neve from Tactica Imperialis.
And this is Miranda from WarGamerGirl.
And we'll see you all again next time. Bye-bye.